Dear Mother and Father, I apologize for my decision to leave this world. I'm sorry for my inability to continue to be by your side to fulfill my filial piety. I'm grateful for you bringing me to this world and experiencing its beauty. However, I do not know when I started to feel tired and disgusted with this world. I knew clearly that I still wanted to live, but my mentality was on the verge of collapse, and I felt like I could not hold on any longer. I hope you will forgive my willfulness and forget me, your unfilial daughter. May you continue living a wonderful life and be safe and happy forever. Lastly, I would like to say thank you, sorry, and goodbye.
Following the encounter with the dead body, the stranger made the decision to notify the girl's family by telling an old man in the adjacent village.
We are in the part of the garden behind the house. They never come here. The doors are on the other side. They are closed and the shutters are up. But there are no shutters on this side. And I saw a light. Yes, they are sitting up still underneath. It is fortunate they have not heard us. The mother or the young girls would have come out, perhaps. And then, what should I have done? What are we going to do? I should like to see first if they are all in the room. Yes, I see the father sitting in the chimney corner. He waits with his hands on his knees. The mother is resting her elbow on the table. She's looking at us. No, she doesn't know where she is looking. Her eyes do not meet. She cannot see us. We are in the shade of great trees, but do not go any nearer. The two sisters of the dead girl are in the room too. They are embroidering slowly. The little child is asleep. It is 9 at the clock in the corner. They suspect nothing, and they do not speak.
If one could draw the father's attention and making some sign, he has turned his head this way. Would you like me to knock at one of the window? One of them to talk before the others.
I don't know which one to choose.
What?
Come sit down. We must take great precautions. The father is old and ailing. So is the mother. And the sisters are too young. And they all love her with such love as will never be again. I never saw a happy household. No, do not go near the window. That will be worse than anything else. It is better to announce it as simply as possible. As if it were an ordinary event, and not to look too sad. For otherwise their grief will wish to be greater than yours, and we will know of nothing more than it can do. Let us go on the other side of the garden. We will knock at the door and go in as nothing has ever happened. I will go in first. They will not be surprised to see me. I come sometimes in the evening to bring them flowers or fruit and pass a few hours with them. They will never be suspicious towards me.
Why must I go with you? Go alone. I will wait here till I am called. They have never seen me. I'm just a passerby. I am strange.
It is better not to be alone. A sorrow that one does not bring alone is not so unmixed nor so heavy. I was thinking of that as we were coming here. If I go alone, I shall have to be speaking from the first minute. In a few words, they will know everything, and I shall have nothing more to say. And I am afraid of the silence following the last words that announce as a woe. It is then the heart is rent. If we go in together, I shall tell them, for example, after going a long way about, she was found, so she was floating in the river, and her hand was clasped.
Her hands were not clasped, her arms hanging down along her body.
You see, one speaks in spite of oneself, and the sorrow is lost in the details. But otherwise, if I go alone at the first words, knowing them as I do, it will be dreadful, and God knows what might happen. But if we speak in turn, they will listen for us and not think to look the illness in the face.
Your clothes are wet. They are dripping on the flakes.
Don't worry, it is only the bottom part of my crime cut that is deep in the water. By the way, you seem cool. Your chest is like covered with the entire earth. Are you really okay?
Actually, I went into the water up to my waist.
Was it long before you found her when I came?
A few minutes, barely. I was going towards the village. It was getting dark, and the bank was getting dark also. I was walking with my eyes fixed on the river because it was lighter than the road. And you know, when I saw something strange snapped my eyes, and when I looked, there was a woman lying there. I drew near and made out a head, which had risen almost in a circle above her head, and were winding. So, in that current moment,
The old man and the stranger made the decision to head to the old man's house first and to withhold news of their daughter's death from the family.
Where are you going?
Me? I'm going to the lake.
To the lake. Okay.
Back at the house of the old man, immediately thereafter, they began talking about the girl. The old man told how he had seen the girl early in the morning at the mosque.
Did you see the two sisters' hair quiver on their shoulders?
they turned their head this way. They simply turned their heads. Perhaps I spoke too loud, but they are already looking no longer. I went into the water up to my waist, and I was able to take her by the hand and pull her without effort to the shore. She was as beautiful as her sister.
She was perhaps more beautiful. I do not know why I have lost all the courage.
What courage are you talking of? We have done all men we could do. She was dead more than an hour ago.
She was alive this morning. I met her coming out of the mosque. She told me she was going away. She was going to see her grandmother on the other side of the lake, where you found her. She did not know when I should see her again. She must have been on the point of asking me something. Then she dared not and left me abruptly. But I think of it now. And I saw nothing. She smiled as they smile who choose to be silent, or who are afraid they will not be understood. She seemed hardly to hope. Her eyes were not clear and hardly looked at me.
Some peasants told me they had seen her wandering on the river until nightfall. They thought she was looking for flowers. It may be that her death.
We cannot tell. Where is there we can tell? She was perhaps of those who do not wish to speak, and every one of us bears in himself more than one reason for no longer living. We cannot see in a soul as we see in that room. They are all like that. They only say the right things and no one suspects aught. You live for months by someone who is no longer of this world and whose soul can bend no longer. You answer without thinking and you see what happens. They look like motionless dolls, and oh, the events that take place in their souls. They do not know themselves what they really are. She would have lived as the rest live. She would have said up to her death, Monsieur, madame, we shall have rain this morning or else. We are going to breakfast. We shall be 13 at table or else. The fruits are not yet ripe. This speaks with a smile of the flowers that have fallen. And weep in the dark, an angel even would not see what should be seen, and men only understand when it's too late. Yesterday evening, she was there under the lamp like her sister, and you would not see them as they should be seen. If this has not occurred, I seem to see her now for the rest of the time. Something must be added to common life before we can understand it. They are beside the day and night, and you can perceive them only at the moment when they depart forever. And yet the strange little soul she must have had, the poor, native, exhaustiness little soul she had. My son, if she said what she must have said, if she did what she must have done.
Just now, they are smiling in silence in the room.
They are at peace. They did not expect her tonight.
They smile without stirring, and see the father is putting his finger on his lips.
He is calling attention to the child asleep on its mother's heart.
She dares not raise her eyes, lest she disturb its sleep.
They are no longer working. A great silence reigns.
They have let fall the skein of white silk.
They are watching the child.
They do not know the others are watching them.
We are watched too.
They have lifted their eyes,
And yet, they see nothing.
they seem happy, and yet nobody knows what may be.
They think themselves in safety. They have shut the doors, and the windows have iron bars. They have mended the walls of the old house. They have put bolts upon the oaken doors. They have foreseen all that could be foreseen.
We must end by telling them someone might come and let them know abruptly. There was a crowd of peasants in the meadow where the dead girl was found. If one of them knocked at the door,
Martha and Mary are beside the poor dead child. The peasants were to make a litter of leaves. And I told the elder to come warm us in all haste. The moment they began their march, let us all wait till she comes. She will go in with me. We should not have looked on them, so I thought it would be only to knock upon the door, to go in simply, find a phrase or two and tell. But I have seen them live too long under the lamp.
The conversation then continued outside the house. Mary appears out of nowhere with news that drastically weakens the situation.
They are coming, grandfather.
Is it you? Where were they coming from?
They are at the foot of the rice fields. I told them to pray in a low voice. Martha is with them.
Are there many?
The whole belief is about the bearers. They had brought light. I told them to put them out.
Which way are they coming from?
They are coming by the footpath. They are walking slowly.
It is time.
You must tell them, grandfather.
You see plainly You have told them nothing. They are waiting still under the lamp. Look, child, look. You will see something of light.
Hey, how active they seem. You would say I saw them in a dream.
Take care. I saw both sisters give a shout.
Hmm. They are getting up.
I think they are coming to the window.
Grandfather, don't tell them tonight.
You see, you two lose courage. I knew well that we must not look. I am nearly 83 years old, and this is the first time the sight of life has struck me. I do not know why everything they do seems so strange and grave to me. They wait for night quite simply under their lamp, as we might have been waiting under ours, and yet I seem to see them from the heights of another world, because I know a little truth which they do not know yet. Isn't that, my children? Tell me, then why are you pale too? Is there something else, perhaps, that cannot be told and causes us to weep? I did not know there was anything so sad in life, nor that it frightened those who look upon it. And nothing can have occurred that I should be afraid to see them so at peace. They have too much confidence in this world. They, they, they are separated from the enemy by a poor window. They think nothing will happen because they have shut the door and do not know that something is always happening in our souls, and that the world does not end at the doors at our houses. They are so sure of their little life and do not suspect how many others know more of it than they. And that I, poor old man, I hold here, 2 steps from their door, all their little happiness, like a sick bird, in my own hands. I do not dare to open.
Wow, have pity, grandfather.
We have pity on them, my child, but no one has pity on us.
Tell them tomorrow, grandfather. Tell them when it is light. They will not be so sorrowful.
Perhaps you are right, my child. It would be better to leave all this in the night. And the light is sweet to sorrow. But what would they say to us tomorrow? Misfortune renders jealous they whom it strikes. Wish to be told before strangers. They do not like to have it left in the hands of those they do not know. We should look as if we had stolen something.
Here I am. I have brought them this far. I have told them to wait on the roadside.
Martha, there is too much life in your soul. You cannot understand.
Why should I not understand? You cannot have done that, grandfather.
Martha, you do not know.
I will tell them.
Stay here, my child, and look at them for a moment.
Oh, how unhappy they are. They can wait no longer.
Why?
I do not know. It is no longer possible.
Come here, my child.
How patient they are.
Come here, my child.
I am so unhappy. I cannot see you anymore. I even don't know what to do to myself anymore.
Then do not look at them anymore till they know it all.
I won, and I will go in with you.
No, Martha, stay here. Sit beside your sister on this old stone bench against the wall of the house and do not look. You are too young. You never could forget. You cannot know what a face is like at the moment when death passes before its eyes. There will be cries, perhaps. Do not turn round. Perhaps there will be nothing. Above all, do not turn if you hear anything. One does not know the cause of grief beforehand. A few little deep-rooted sobs, and that is all usually. I do not know myself what I may do when I shall hear them. That belongs no longer to this life. Kiss me, my child, before I go away.
The old man then realized the time had come. Martha and Mary were both spies from the outside.
Has my father not arrived yet? I don't think so. Sister, give me a hand. Martha.
Is there anybody home?
Is there someone at the door? Is it the old man? Why is he here? Mr. Owen, please come here. Don't stand outside. Please.
So I am going to tell you about news that I hope you can be very patient about it. So yesterday we found your daughter was dead at the riverbank near the lake. I am really sorry about this news. Hope you can be patient about it.
How can?
Except for the stranger and the old man who were waiting to inform the villagers of what was happening, everyone in the garden hurried to the opposite side of the house and disappeared.
Dear villagers, with deepest sorrow and sadness, we have told the family of the girl about the tragedy that struck today.
Please do not worry. In this critical moment, we must help and assist the family to move on from this grieving phase.
So, a little message from me As the old men of this village, let us together help and support the family of the girl, because we, as the citizen of this village, must work together and help those in need.
Thank you, Miss Nanny, and everyone that watching this video.